Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that definitely was good for me.
The Sufi breath. So that's a
Okay.
Sufi technique that Dan's been using functionally for quite some time. And that actually, believe it or not, that breath work works phenomenally well. This is a true story. Instead of caffeine. So if a rapid inhale like that will engage the sympathetic nervous system, which it does, in fact, do. What I've noticed is a couple of times will actually wake me right up. So if I'm in the mood for a coffee or an energy drink and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you're having a bit of a lull, do that 5 times. If nothing changes, do it again. 5 rounds of 5. At the end of that, I sincerely doubt you'll want or need your energy drink in the same way.
Luckily, I don't use any caffeine, but that's good to know. It's good to share with other people.
There you go. Welcome again, Julie. Nice to see you.
Thank
Steve Halpin in the house. What's up, dude? Welcome. Lisa Joe.
What's up, brother?
Really nice to see you all. Welcome to Breath Church, everybody. You came to breathe. Streaming live on YouTube. About to get this piece recorded right about now. Recording live. I want to say thank you, first of all. Thank you first. Anyone who's joining us for the first time, welcome. Before I say thank you, I want to say welcome. I'm incredibly grateful that you've all made this a priority to be here tonight. And so I am just wanting to welcome you. We're an in real life community. Some of us have only met here for the first time on digital, but we're an in real life community and we meet and we breathe, and we were doing this offline beforehand, and now we do Sunday Breath Church. It's Super Sequence Sunday. I'm here with my sparkly jacket, gonna make a little live violin, and we're gonna breathe. We're gonna breathe as a community that loves each other, that actually cares about each other, that needs each other, and that will continue this long after our current situation has ended. So we've formed bonds. You guys reach out to me, and it might take me a couple days, but I'll get back to you. So we're forming real bonds here that are going to carry us into the next phase of life. Wow. Next phase of life, even. Next phase of life. My speaker's not working today. My speaker's not speaking. Lars, welcome. Brian, welcome. First time. Good to see you. AKL, Gina Yu, Mike Simon, Tessa, Tanya from Australia, Michelle, Karen Baba. We got a lot of people coming back. It's really nice to have you here with me, with all of us. So for those of you who don't know and maybe don't have any experience, breathwork is simply the intentional observation and or calibration of our breath, which means we simply think and observe and watch the breath. We don't think the breath, we observe and watch the breath. Or we intentionally breathe in a very specific way, and we think in a specific way when we breathe, because we believe that the combination of breath plus thought will actually release chemicals into the body that's a better class of chemical. So we believe that better breathing makes for better humans, makes for a better class of chemical in our brain and body, and we breathe that in with our breath. So if you're brand new, I'm going to just let you know that you might experience some tingles, you might have a little bit of silly something, a sensation, you might have an emotion. Part of what we do here is we release and restore. That's the title of this breathwork event, to release and restore. So if you have anything that you'd like to get rid of that comes up and out, we're going to engage in a style of breath that is very active at times and can bring things up that you want to get rid of. The restoration part really comes when we think pleasant thoughts and we engage pleasant emotions and sentiments, and we begin to breathe and affect our magnetic field. The breath is related to the magnetic field of the body, an electrical field in the body in some very interesting ways, and we can begin to create thoughts and emotions in our body and breathe and kind of seal them in. So that's what we're going to do here. There's only 2 breaths. The first is a sigh of relief, and that's defined as an inhale twice as long as a normal inhale, followed by an exhale, where you simply dump the exhale out like a box of rocks. That's all it is. So imagine sucking a piece of spaghetti through a straw or whistle lips. And when you get to the top, Just dump it out. You don't have to, you can simply open mouth. And by connecting that wheel of breath without a pause at the top of the bottom, we will end up giving up a little bit of our control. Those pauses are where control lives. And we might end up having an explosive release, laughter, crying, shaking, some kind of intense emotion or relief, or it might just be a warm, fuzzy, beautiful sensation. It might be a feeling, it might be a memory. We don't try to concoct anything here on Breath Church. I've been looking at the search terms and everyone wants a crazy, wild holotropic experience. That's not what we're going to do here today. We're not really into creating experiences that we don't have time to integrate. Integration is the most important part to me. So we're not going to go really deep, really far, really crazy, really fast. This is just a chance for you to breathe with some other people at the same time, in the same way, for the same reason. So I invite you to go ahead and sit back, close your eyes, make yourself at home. Begin to seal your lips. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose first. And this is felt sensation training. I call it felt sensation training because, well, that's what we're focusing on. The felt sensation. So we'll start with the felt sensation of the breath. Just beginning to unwind. Why don't you land? Land right where you are. What's it look like where you land today? Ask yourself, what's my landscape look like? Your inner world. We're well into this thing, and well, there might be some end in sight and there might not. Begin to breathe. Go in and find your space. What if your space was the best space out there? What if your space, the in space of you, was full of everything you might need? What if the in space of you contained all the answers that you might go outward to seek? See, the in space of you is made by you, whether you know it or not. And if you're not conscious of making it, that means you're making it unconsciously. We're all here because we know the basic difference between conscious and unconscious. Why don't we be conscious? Why don't we be conscious? Do it deliberately. Begin to breathe. Landing where you're at internally. If your inner space was a bedroom, what would it look like? Just begin to breathe and notice, in through the nose, out through the nose. What's my internal state? The breath is a metaphor. So you can use your breath as an automatic gauge. The metaphor for life. Check it in right now. Simply notice. What's your room look like? Is it messy? Is it clean? Is it spacious? What's the internal state of your room? Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Imagine now maybe your breath can rearrange your room. What if your breath was magic, and as you breathe in, you could simply imagine. It's only a game. Your mind's eye. We're just playing here. What if your breath could go in and clean your room? Or paint your walls? Maybe dust off a shelf or two. What does your conscious cleaning of your room look like with your breath? And if envisioning things today isn't your game, you can just stay with sensation. How's my breath feel going in? How's my breath feel going out? Really begin to notice. My teacher, the breath master, Dan Brule, who was on yesterday, encouraged us to really pay attention. That's consciousness. Begin to pay attention in a whole new way to your breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Breathing in through the sinus. Up into the backs of the eyeballs. Relaxing your eyeballs now. Time to chill. Time to let the eyeballs go. All that screen time, all the Netflix, all the binge watching, maybe all the crying. You know, if you're just hanging on today, it's okay. Me too some days. It's okay. Just breathe and notice. If you're a little sore today, if it hurts, it's okay. Just notice. It's going to be all right. And besides, no one's really judging you like you are. Nobody's judging you like you are. Nobody. Nobody's judging you like you are. Think about it. Feel about it. Listen to it. That judgment-free zone, do you hear it? Feel it? Notice the lack of judgment in your breath. So what if the room's a little messy? So what if there's some stuff on the floor, a little dust on the shelf? It's nothing a little breath in. Nice easy breath out can't fix. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Begin to let the exhale go. Begin to snap that nasal exhale loose. The same way you do with the mouth exhale. When we do the conscious, connected, rebirthing style of breath, begin to practice letting the nasal exhale go. We're relaxing, but we're staying awake. Normally, when you're this relaxed, you're fast asleep. But right now, in this moment, fully awake, fully aware, and fully relaxed, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, letting the exhale go, dropping down a little more, releasing just a little more. What are you noticing? What can you pay attention to in your breath? Maybe the side body expansion. Maybe you're still up at the eyeballs, relaxing the eyeballs. What would that be like? So you can pick any spot you like and breathe into it right now, in through the nose, out through the nose. Begin to breathe up into the head now, into the brain. In through the nose, out through the nose. Observing as your breath begins to swirl and clean the brain. Maybe like a little fire hose or a power washer. Maybe it's nothing like that at all. You choose. What's it look like when your breath begins to scrub out your brain, Continuing to relax your eyeballs. Continuing to relax the rest of your body on each exhale. Making a real effort to actually drop down on that exhale. Noticing how you can get a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more loose, a little bit more chill with every release of your breath. Make sure you're not raising your shoulders or using accessory muscles. We don't want to use the shoulders, the traps. We don't want to see your shoulders raising up and down. No. 360 breathing. Belly breath, chest breath, side body, breathing into the back of the body even. See, this is just practice for being able to send those thoughts anywhere we want. If we can practice with sending the breath anywhere we want, then we can send the thoughts via the breath. Where would you like to send your breath now? Maybe down into the lungs. Track it. Let it do its thing with the eyeballs and the head. Let it do its thing in your internal world, cleaning your room. Focus now maybe on your heart. How's your heart today? Is it tired? Is it sad? Is it lonely? Begin to breathe what you need into your heart space. Let the breath nurture your heart. It's so hard to receive sometimes, but you've taken the time to stop, to relax, to let go. While you're busy making space, why not receive? While you're busy making space, why not let in something that you need? What's something that you think you need that you're not going to get? What's something you need that you think couldn't possibly be in store for you from the universe? Begin to breathe that thing in. Begin to experiment with not needing anything other than your brain and your breath to make yourself feel good. Beginning to pick up the pace now. We're going to shift gears from the nose breath only to the sigh of relief, circular connected breath, getting rid of the pauses at the top and the bottom. Very active inhale. Remember what Dan said, those of you who were with us yesterday, those of you who know. Those of you who are new, that's okay. Active inhale. Pulling that air in with some vigor, pulling in that energy that we're going to begin to bask in and move around the body in a little bit. And then on the exhale, that nice wheel, active inhale, passive exhale. When you dump the exhale, you signal the body that it's safe. And when it's safe, you can relax. Where can you practice? That's the work. The work of the expert is to practice letting go of the exhale. It doesn't sound like an expert thing, but if you can let go of your exhale, you can let go of anything else. Remember, your breath is a metaphor for life. We breathe the way we want to live. Begin to pick up the pace just a little bit now. Relaxing a little more. Letting go a little more on each exhale. Where can you find a little more space? If you're tired, if you need a break, making space will allow the energy to flow. Where do you want to flow? How do you want to flow? Pick your path. Pick your breath. Pick your flow. slow. Breathe. The energy build. Keep breathing. Stay with it. Keep building. Keep breathing. The intensity is going to come. The feelings that you're feeling, invite them. If you begin to feel more anxious or uncomfortable, feel free to step off the gas. That's fine. You can let off. Or you can maybe step on the gas. Push a little more. Experience a little bit more dramatic relief. Entitled Breathwork to Release and Restore. Begin to bring in the energy that you'd like to replace, what you'd like to leave behind. You can't release something unless you're willing to let it go. Let it go on the breath now and watch what comes in on the new inhale. It might be something from inside of you. It might be something from outside. Just keep breathing. Picking up the pace a little more. Begin to feel and experience the music. Find your rhythm. Active inhale, passive exhale. Dropping down a little more on each exhale. Pulling in a little more with the inhale. Where can you experience experience the music with your breath. Keep staying with it. Keep pulling it in. Let the music drive the breath. Let the breath drive the feeling. Let the feeling drive the feeling. Active inhale. Passive exhale. Breathing in and out. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and drop it. 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 And now, seal your lips and breathe back through your nose and notice Notice that delicious sensation. Notice the energy, how it feels. Observe without notice. The power of your breath. I'm beginning to notice now where you are in your internal world. Oh, we're not done. No, not yet. But notice where you are. That principle in quantum physics that says that the observation of the thing is its transformation, which means if I see it, if I observe it, I change it. By virtue of your very observation, you can affect change. And another word for observation is perspective, and we hear all the time about perspective. What is your perspective now on your internal world? What is your perspective now on your room? What is your perspective now on your breath? What is your perspective now on your heart? Observing your heart. And maybe now opening that dolphin-like blowhole over your heart and your imagination. It's only a game. We're just pretending, bringing a little smile to the corners of your eyes, the corners of your lips. Just observe. Notice. Easy does it. Watch the power. Look at your heart through the lens of your breath. And as you open and breathe in and out through that dolphin-like blowhole over your heart, heart intelligence comes into play here. We begin to awaken the heart. We begin to see the world around us through the lens of the heart. Not just the eyes or the head. No. We begin to relate and feel. It's less see than feel. Begin to feel now where your heart is. See, the heart is the center of your belief about yourself, about the world around you. It's that place that feels. The head does the thinking and the heart does most of the knowing. It's not knowledge. It's that deep inner knowing. Maybe you can experience it now. What does your heart know that your head needs to hear? Right where we are today. Ask yourself, what does my heart know that my head needs to heal? So your head will tell you anything. It'll tell you everything. Rarely does it tell you something that's super beneficial, unless you train it. Like a puppy. And that's what we're doing here. We train the mind. It's brain training with our breath. Just keep breathing now, still through the nose. We're not trying to send anybody over the edge with some crazy hallucinogenic holotropic experience. We're just releasing. Where can you make more space? See, the big breaths make room for space. These little tiny breaths fill the space with whatever you want. You can leave it empty, or you can fill it. Beginning to pick up the pace again, just a little now again. Back to the mouth breath. Really go big. I mean, really big. What if you exaggerate the inhale? What if that inhale is crazy big? What if it's as crazy big as the size of the life that you want? What if the size of the life that you want is well within your grasp? What if you could breathe it in and expand your zone of tolerance? Breathe big on the inhale and let that exhale go. Just drop it like a box of rocks. What do you have in your life today that you'd like to drop like a box of rocks? Do it now. Make a little space. Time to relax. Breathe in and out. Keep the breath moving now. This is your chance, last chance. The work will be over soon. Just keep the breath moving. Active, big inhale. Keep it to the rhythm of the music. Allow the beats to trickle in a whole new way. Let the electricity do its work in your system, clearing out the last of whatever's left. Just notice, observe as it goes. Look at the space you've created. Take one last look at your room and decorate it any way you want, knowing that the internal space is yours to return to anytime. Keep breathing. Big on the inhale. Let it go on the exhale. Let it go. Let it go. begin to slow the breath. Long, slow inhale, followed by a sigh that you let out with noise. Ah. Ah. Let it out. A few more like that. Make noise. No one's listening. Ah. Observing where you are now. Notice, without judgment. Where are you now? The silence. Cultivating stillness. Where are you now? Where are you now? Look at the space you've created for yourself. Look at the space you've created inside. Space to heal. Space to grow. Space to connect. Breathing as a family. Your breath family. You see, you're not alone. You're not alone. And because you are not alone, because you are part of a very real community, you can breathe now for those who are on this call, who maybe need a little extra. Breathe a little for our breath sister, Callie. Why don't we all just breathe? Send her some love. Callie, breathe and receive. We do this all the time. If you have a little, leave a little. If you've got some extra today, you've got some love, leave some love. Exhale a little extra love on this call. Just leave it. You've got extra, you don't need it. The Buddhists believe it'll go to rot anyway. That's why they have this thing called the dedication of merit. If I've done something great, I better dedicate it quick, because otherwise